So here we are, it's time for the van tour. So as I mentioned in the last video, this van had an interior that was not working for us. And so I found these guys in Salt Lake City, Wasatch Overland, and I was super excited to work with them to rebuild the interior of this van, and it was awesome. It is so cool. I can't wait to show it to you. They were so incredible to work with. Like, I have not, like, best project ever. They were just really good at listening, really knowledgeable, and fun, like super fun to work with. So open to my ideas, but really clear when they kind of knew that they needed to do something in a way that they knew they needed to do it. And so we had good communication. Anyway, it was super fun, on time, kind of on budget. Took a little while to wait in line to get it done. And I think they were super fair. They put a lot of work into this thing. We got this van back in May, took a really amazing trip through Utah, and then let's go back to the backstory to explain how we got here. So this van we purchased in 2022, and this is our 5th van. You can watch the other video to see why we're on our 5th van and what that journey has been like. Here we are in our 5th van, and it's super exciting because it is like way more than I hoped and dreamed I would ever have, and it works better than I could have imagined. So it's really satisfying, and I wanted to take you through what it looks like now and why it's so much better. It's amazing. Is that our van?
It is.
That's not our van.
It's your van.
Holy moly, it's so cool. I'll start explaining why we're building this van and this platform. So we had the last couple of vans we had were Sprinter vans. There was 3 of us in our family traveling at that point. And as my son got older, and at I think when he was 17, he was like, oh, I'm never camping with you guys again. So, which is very disappointing, but also I understand you're 17, that's really not what you want to do with your parents. So here we are. After looking around, going through that truck camper fantasy, which I totally get and would still like to try that maybe someday, I really got back to I just love vans because they're kind of this single unit where you can move back and forth between the cab. You don't have to get out. You don't have to go through a pass-through. Started digging into the E350 Ford platform again, which I'd always kind of thought was just like a cool platform since it started happening in the 90s. I came back to it and I was like, yeah, I think this can work. Let me go through why the E350, why I landed on that. So, number one, the number one pro is that it's a really capable platform. Like, once you modify it and you get a good 4-wheel drive system in it, it's kind of a great scale for a camper van that can actually, go off-road. Number 2 is the flexibility to build on and repair, because this is like a very common van. And they were modified also over many years, and people are still modifying them. There's just lots of people who work on them and stuff out there to modify them with. So that is another pro. And I just like them. I think they're like that classic van vibe. Is you get that in this van. It's different. Like, the Sprinter thing is what it is. It's cool. It's like the new thing, but I don't know. I just liked it. That's what we built on. And it was already a great van. The interior, though, not good. Just someone had built it in a way that didn't work for the things we want to do in it. So yeah, let's go through and take a tour. Got the top is popped. already. And so let's start with up top. So up top, we've got this great bed. It's super comfortable. Love the pop top thing. I know some people don't, but we love it. We like feeling like we're in a tent, like we're camping, and there's so much light and air that you get from this. It's just when it's the top is popped. We love it. Okay. So a few things to note about what Wasatch did is they rebuilt this platform. Now we just get this like a little bit of extra space in it, and it's lightweight. And then I have an X-Ped mattress on here, which is the best thing ever. Just really makes sleeping comfortable. So we moved the couch. So here I'm sitting on the couch, and it's just, they lowered the couch. This was really key. And because the couch is lowered, you can sit and you do not hit your head. So it's quite lovely. See? And Robin, who is 6'2", can sit here. So let's talk about the outdoor cooking. So the outdoor cooking is super important to us. Love to camp and cook outside. Inside is like for just when you have bad weather. So the first thing is the fridge. So the fridge we put in an area right here so that you can access it inside or outside. So the other things that are pretty awesome are these spaces. So without, we camp a lot of times where there is no camp table because we're not at a campsite. And then we got a lot of different places to cook. Totally works. So this one is where we keep, this is our stove. So so we've got that. Also the placement of this couch allows it to be made into a bed where the back goes down and this part slides out, and then there's little feet on here. So that allows you to sleep inside when the top is down, so you can stealth camp, or if the weather is really brutal, that's covered. So then the number one thing that we started with was the storage. So food's important. So in here we've got like the cooking things are on the bottom, and then like beverage area. And then this is the main food storage. And in it, this is the oven, which actually fits back there. So everything else needed for the kitchen, I've done on this Molly panel here. So I put that in there and it works really nicely. I've got all the silverware and other stuff in there. You can take these off and you can use them to cook outside, but it's just really accessible. And since we're in this area of the van, I mean, this is the sink. But then we have all the control panel stuff here. This Cymarine piece is really nice. It tells you a lot of information about the van and your tanks and battery stuff. And it also is a control for all the lights. So nice upgrade there. This is our new heater. It's a Webasto heater that runs off the gas tank. So this is not a diesel, this is gas, and that works really well. We've used that many nights already. Really nice electrical thing where you have USB and USB-C, and then your regular plug. Another thing that was a priority to change on this interior was to have a dedicated space for the little composting toilet we have, and that's outside the van right now because we were changing it, but it goes right in that area. There's also this area where I was able to add another Molly panel. This is technology things, and we have power in here, so like drone and computers and everything, cables can get really organized there, and things can charge while you're driving. This so silly, but there's a hook there that I put, and all of our jackets hang back there. It's super helpful. we have garbage can, and then the recycling one is in the front. I love this thing so much. So this is my, hello, this is like the cabinet of daily routine things. So, you know, toothpaste, moisturizer, shaver, brush, makeup, that kind of stuff, all right there. And the best thing about it is it's like, over here is cooking, over here is not cooking. And I know that sounds silly, but I don't know, it really works for me. And that more electrical outlets are in here, so you can charge all the LED stuff there. And then this cabinet is where all of our clothes go. So we each get one shelf, and you can fit some flip-flops, an extra pair of shoes on the bottom. So that's kind of like, you have to get really organized, the things that you're using every day. And then we have some deeper storage for those things, you know, when the weather really changes. Another thing about this fan that's incredible is this right here is a really big, call it our garage. So it's an extra steel thing that is under the van, and we have so much stuff in there. So there's a lot more tools. There's even a chainsaw down there, and like, you know, hoses and recovery gear, all kinds of stuff. All right, so let's talk about the materials we used in this van, because I think they worked out really well too. A lot of these materials are things that Wasatch uses in all their vans, and a few of them are things that I asked them to experiment with. So they're using Baltic birch plywood for their main material. So it looks really nice. I mean, it's not super lightweight, but it's really durable, and they build this really well. So nothing rattles, everything feels really solid. For the countertop, they usually do like a solid surface countertop. I didn't want it to look like that. This is not a real countertop. It's a material called Forbo. And it's pretty environmentally friendly. It's kind of like a linoleum, actually made by the same company that makes linoleum, and it's used as a furniture surface. So this is Old Westphalia, the color and design from one of the original Westphalia color palettes in the old Volkswagen camper vans. So Wasatch went above and beyond and kind of went crazy by putting it on a lot of these panels, which I love. So yeah, no, I'm sure it's not for everybody, but it fits well how I want to feel when I step into this van really well. I'm super excited every time I see it. This is a material that Wasatch uses on all their builds, and it looks like it's woven, but it's a vinyl, and I think it's actually pretty good. The color is nice, and it's just really easy to clean. This material, the floor Wasatch does is this. You know, I don't know if it's lawn coin. That's what we had used before, but it looks the same. It's a rubber flooring, but they actually have insulation sandwiched with it, so it's a kind of a special thing that they do. It looks really nice. I thought the black might be difficult because it would show dirt more, but I don't know. This is not cleaned, and it looks pretty good. And I feel like the success is, if you come back from traveling in your van or whatever you travel in for I say more than 30 days, and you don't want to stop, that's success. So yeah, that's our aim. So we are at the end of this road trip, and it's been amazing. So satisfying to have worked on this van and have dreamed about it, designed it, and be able to have it. Get away from people, find the most beautiful spots, and just be able to hang out together in these amazing places. So awesome experience, and just so satisfying to kind of
build this vehicle and be able to do what you want to do and get where you want to get and just enjoy being outside and camping. It's awesome.
They have mountain lions here?
Could be.
Did you see the tracks over there?
Yeah.
The big paws?